wow, Netflix. Wow. 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 I had faith in you at one point. I mean, I decided to keep around just because I had a couple more shows I have left to stream. I know with the cutie things that was strike two, but this one, dishonor on your whole entire company, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cuties movies, dishonor, and yeah, I had to get it out there. I know I stole it from Doug Walker in there, and there's no sense on doing it, but yeah, I wanted to get my words out there since apparently people, including friends and a lot of people, decided that while I was at work, they had to send me the confirmation of Dark Crystal Age of Resistance canceling, like even after one season. And yes, even Miyagi's upset. She is protesting. She does not like it when her mama's upset. But a lot of people have been asking me. Yeah, I will get to that meow. So, oh my goodness. But yeah, I want to get this out of the way as soon as I can on my thoughts and all while it's still in my fresh. So it's very unscripted. But yeah, just this show, I mean, Netflix hates good shows, apparently. I mean, at least there are some that stick around that apparently are good, and yeah, kind of cash cow, but oh man, I kind of got a lot of emotions going on. Like, at one point, it sounds strange that I'm happy at least we got one season. I'm happy that it won the Emmy, and I'm just happy I got to meet this fan base that I'm still going to be a part of, and I'm still going to be a part of the creative team about, which I would get to an addressing matter of that later. But I'm angry at Netflix for not publicizing it enough, not giving it enough promotion and all that, and not to mention, to be honest, I was suspecting that the deepest, darkest part of me was suspecting that because of the huge cancel Netflix boycott in relation to the Cuties movie would probably cause a significant amount of damage. And of course, we have the coronavirus pandemic, which would lead on to the understanding, which I remembered reading an article about a couple months back with Lisa Henson talking about on if the pandemic didn't happen, there would have been more continuing on this. And yeah, I mean, and there came a point where, yeah, we could wait a while, because I mean, like, we're in the middle of a freaking pandemic where jobs were lost pretty much in record breaking in history, and it was not worth the risk. I mean, trying to rush in to get what the fans really wanted and such and all there. But so I respected the Henson company's decision on that. I mean, a part of me, I'm going a little bit on the optimistic side where, yeah, I may as well get to the optimistic side where I understand too that this, right as mentioned in my review with Isbom on the Dark Crystal original, that prior to that being the most expensive puppeteering film at the time, this one, the prequel, really took the cake. And yeah, it was a huge budget, and according to the article, where Netflix only allowed 10, where originally with the Henson company, they wanted to add 13. And yeah, I mean, they wanted to explore more lore and possibility, and yeah, I can understand that puppeteering like that is expensive and such, and of course there's also with the safety with the coronavirus as mentioned, and yeah, it's disappointing that such beautiful artwork in there and such. I mean, I've seen a lot of wonderful stuff coming out of it, and even for my philosophy and psychology papers, I plan to still use it as a base on there, which that's another thing. I'm not leaving this fandom regardless. I mean, I've met a lot of people. My creativity and my GMVs have gotten significantly better, so I'm not dying yet. And heck, I'm even planning on doing a live stream on Discord or Twitch. I'm still trying to figure out on Twitch, so I'm planning on a private Twitch party for several who cancel Netflix, but still want to be a part of the show, which part of me is kind of wondering if they are canceling this on purpose just to really get the fire in the fuel or to get attractions to. I will admit this wouldn't be the first time this happened, but another thing that and it's wishful thinking, and I know it's part of the grieving process and all, but a part of me is wishing that once the pandemic's over, that a little more decent streaming service would buy the rights for the Dark Crystal, like probably Hulu, Amazon Prime, or even Peacock, or heaven forbid Disney Plus or Disney would have them, and that'd be another thing to deal with. But yeah, yeah. So in terms of the fans are, I mean, newcomers like myself are also furious at all of this. I mean, just to leave, it almost feels like you're given 2 pieces of an Oreo cookie and now we're waiting for the cream part to see what happened in conclusion, but nothing. But a part of me, I mean, like My Little Pony, we still got the season. I mean, you still got other sources to look at. Like, I'm actually going to read the YA books. I'm going to read the comics on there, and just to get a little more lore in there. And heck, I'm even working on a radio drama I'm collaborating with, which I will have auditions regarding on 2 Skeksis in a interesting viewpoint of death in there, but that's something the script is building and all. But this, I know a lot of people have been asking me on my thoughts on this, and yeah, it took a lot of me to hold up back the tears of heartbreak, but yet I know I'm still, not me, but all of us are blessed to have 1 season and strong storytelling, and until something comes up or whatever, I mean, we could draw to conclusions or such. If that's, I mean, I don't know if the Henson Company would hear me or anything like that, but I know they were talking about an animated series, which I think that would be a little cliche, but I think it would be a little more meaningful if they would do it as a radio drama, since I know after not realizing that this happened in the past, but according to quote the Nostalgia Critic, a long time ago, right after the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings movie, after all the anger and such of only being one part, with the second part that never finished, that there was actually one Ralph Bakshi, Fricketsburg, the people who did The Hobbit animated picked up on that and left it off. Style was different, but it did left a conclusion. But the biggest famous one was the Lord of the Rings audio drama, which Ian Holm, who, if you remember from the Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson trilogy, played Bilbo. He played Frodo when it was published in, I think it was in the 90s or late 90s or such. But, I mean, there are many ways to conclude the story, and a lot of my friends in the DC fandom and the Dark Crystal fandom, we're still not quitting and all that. I mean, there's still ways to tell a story and to celebrate it. I mean, yeah, I just wanted to give my 15 cents in there, and I know people have been asking how I'm doing. I mean, like the rest of the fandom, I have mixed emotions in there, but we will find a way to get through this, and I will still share my love of this show on here. I am the Dark Horse of KC. Have a good, creative, and blessed day.